At the end of the day, I think there's going to be a decent amount of criticisms for Freya getting off quote unquote too easy. Because building into the final stretch, you have to admit, Freya did pretty much commit an act of terrorism. She brainwashed an entire city to blindly follow and forget and alter the course of history. And yeah, there's been a lot of things like, oh my god, she's gonna get killed, like they'll execute her, they'll do this or that. My opinion has been she most likely will get stripped of either her godhood and be forced to live a seer, or something where she would have to start at the bottom. Like that seemed like the likely thing. And I think a lot of people are gonna look at the end of the episode, just based on comments I saw building into this, because at the end of the day, let's just admit it, and I've been saying it. If Freya was some fat, ugly, disgusting looking character, universally, our opinion would be a lot different with what she did. She gets away with a lot more because she's attractive. Let's not kid ourselves. But the thing is for a show that's been building up a character arc about a god who's basically just so infatuated and intoxicated by what love is and struggling to find what she thinks love is, to see how toxic she became in that pursuit, but then there's this element of her that felt more genuine, which was Seer. Of course, she argued that was just a ploy, just a cover-up, but the idea of stripping her of everything. She was still a god by the end of this season. She's very similar to where Hestia started out at the beginning of DanMachi. Pretty much a bum. She has no familia, she has no money, no assets. She has the ability to climb back up if she wanted to. But you have to consider the fact that that's actually a pretty harsh punishment. Like, sure, could they have gone the route of killing her? I mean, yeah, if they wanted to be more edgy, they could have. But I think when you look at it from a god society point of view, taking arguably one of the most powerful goddess in the entire realm and stripping her to where Hestia was at the beginning of season 1 is actually a pretty insane thing. And yes, if she was evil, she could have rose back up and done crazy things. And I'm sure if she would have attempted that round 2, she probably would have been killed then. But I think it works so well for a characterization point because I thought they were going to strip her and force her to live as Seer. But I think it works so much better by going the route of stripping her, and she chose for herself to not pursue being a god anymore, but live a normal life. Some people are going to have issues with this. Some people are going to say she got off too easy, and I do kind of get where people are coming from, but when you look at the actual arc of Freya/Seer, it works so much more better, in my opinion, by going this direction, but I digress. Of course, want to see my full thoughts on these episodes, support my work, we got the Patreon, full and good live reactions, available exclusively over there if you're so interested. So, it's not often you can say this, not only about DanMachi, but I think like these action-adventure shows in general. Our MC, 5 seasons in, struggled with a 4v1. Not because he was fighting 4 people. No. The king is stronger than literally all of them. And here's the thing. I said this at the start of the fight when, I forget when it was. Let's say, I don't know, episode 12, something like that. There was multiple points that if the king wanted to kill Belle, Belle would have been dead. Like, there are attacks that could have ended Belle very early into this fight. And it's the fact that even after getting a level boost, getting Sonic the Hedgehog enchantments, Belle still wasn't able to destroy this man. Did he bend the knee and forfeit? Yes. But no one with a straight face can look at this and say, oh, Belle could have won there. No. Like, in the future, yes, because we all can collectively agree Belle will become the strongest adventurer in this entire world someday. And I love the fact that the only reason we got the win was because multiple people, including Hedon or the king, agreed that Belle was what was best for their goddess. Now, this is another thing that there's some fans who will say, oh my god, I wanted to see the MC kick ass more. But it's the fact that this is so much better for writing. Because the first couple of seasons of DanMachi, even I had this opinion to a degree, which is why I wasn't a huge fan of DanMachi until season 3. Like, I enjoyed it, but I became, like, arguably a super fan once the writing, I thought, got deeper. But the early stuff of this show really did just feel like MC who is nothing always is powering up and overcoming everything now. Season 4 brutally slapped him around and company the entire way through to the pits of hell. Season 5 throws him up against an adventurer who literally is stronger than him even by the end. There was no, we got a level up, we powered up, we finally beat him. No, this man could have fought 12 of us and still would have won. That is insane and so perfect. Like, I'm so happy they went this direction. Like, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be, if you're in the camp, similar to me, we're more happy with the ending because seeing her live as Seer is what I wanted, right? Because I think godhood was not made for her, given her toxicity, and I think living a normal, mundane life is definitely in order, as seen by especially his naughty little minx comment, which I thought was hilarious. But I did think he was going to beat this guy. I thought level boost, enough people, we got this. But bending the knee, that's insane to me. Like, I didn't expect that whatsoever, and I think it just goes to show that I think even if he had like that kind of generic intro path where, like, you know, he was quickly leveling up and doing a lot of crazy shit, there's still things in this world he has yet to surpass, and I think that makes for exciting possibilities going forward. Like, I know they're pretty close to being caught up to the source material, if I'm not mistaken. I know there is still some stuff left to adapt, but maybe not completely for a full-ass season. They did skip some stuff from what I understand in this season, so I mean, there's a couple of ways they could keep DanMachi going in the meantime. Maybe some OVAs, anime original film. There's a lot of different things that could happen, but DanMachi is a money printer. There's a reason JC staff's been producing it now for 5 seasons, even if, you know, the initial delays between seasons were a bit longer than people wanted. Great season. For a while, I did think Season 5 could surpass Season 4 for me, and while I don't think it met that, I do think it was equally as enjoyable of a season. I just personally think Season 4 clicked with me more. So yeah, I would say Season 4 is still the best season. Season 5, very close second. I think in terms of actual character arcs, the whole Freya storyline is my favorite. She infuriated me. She made me feel questionable. There was so much there to it. But one thing's for sure, Bell, soft as cinnamon roll around. It is a damn good thing he's a nice guy, because we could have a lot more edgy arcs otherwise. But I thought this was a great season. Easy 9 out of 10 if you ask me. And it's insane. We had delays, which indicate very bad production things happening, and they came back with cinema movie level quality. Brilliant. Let me know your thoughts and feelings either on the ending of this season or maybe the season as a whole if you got any feelings, and how excited are you for Season 6 whenever we do eventually get it. Do let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Diana, Ryan George, Ekidana, Nicholas, Roberto Gonzalez, Chauncey, Crazy Cards, and we also have Drew Stearns. I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You'll have a good one.